Yo! Let's talk about my favorite comic book universe, and you know which one it is. It's DC. Okay, we're gonna talk about a few characters, and specifically the smart characters, the Einsteins of the DC universe. And I just wanted to see what all their IQs would be, to be completely honest. So let's talk about it. If you don't know, canonically, the three smartest people in the DC universe are Batman, or no, Lex Luthor at number one, Batman at number two, and Mr. Terrific at number three. But Batman has admitted that Mr. Terrific is smarter than him sometimes, so it really just depends. I like to think that Mr. Terrific just lets people think that he's the third smartest and he's actually the first smartest, but whatever. Let's get into it. Ted Kord, the very first Blue Beetle, one of my favorite DC characters like ever, one of my favorite comic book characters actually, has a IQ of 192, which is absolutely insane compared to some of these characters. But 192, I mean that makes sense. He's a scientist that creates his own gadgets. He tried to get the Scarab to work on him, but it didn't work. But like he is super smart and honestly kind of a Mr. Terrific type of character where he just creates his own gadgets and stuff, but he's a normal human. Like it makes sense. 192, pretty really good for like the real world, but pretty mid for like all the smartest characters in DC Comics. You know, like some of these like Lex Luthor and stuff get absolutely wild with how high their IQ is. It says Mr. Terrific has an IQ of 179, but I just can't believe that. If Ted Kord has been stated to have 190 something, then 179 is way too low for Mr. Terrific. Like, I know IQ does not equal intelligence. Like, you can be more intelligent than someone with an IQ of a billion with just, I mean, IQ does not equal intelligence. It's just like, I don't even know. It's stupid. But yeah, 179 is really low for him, especially compared to everyone else. But I guess this is just an example of the IQ does not equal intelligence type of thing. I might be completely off with that. I'm pretty sure IQ doesn't equal actual intelligence. I mean, even if you have an IQ, like just naturally have an IQ that's super high, you can still be one of the dumbest people alive. I'm sure, like if you don't have any actual experience with life and stuff, you know what I mean? I don't know, but yeah, the 179 pretty low, like shockingly low for Mr. Terrific. Now, I hate to bring up the fact that people glaze Batman nonstop and the man isn't really all that powerful unless it's a comic book writer just writing him as hard as possible. But this really proves it because we have an IQ of 192 is the normal one. That's the most frequently used ones. And then it goes down to 190 to 210, which isn't that high, that big of a jump. And then it says 200. Some sources simply cite it as being 200, which, you know what, that's pretty good. That's a good middle ground between these two. And then over 250. Other reports characterize him as a super genius with an IQ well over 250. Bro, that's insane. The glazing is just insane. So we're gonna say he's 200 for this. I'm gonna say he's 200 because I think, or 195. 195 is good. I think 195 is a good middle ground. Lex Luthor is definitely the smartest, like by far. Batman, like I said, they fluctuate his IQ a lot because, you know, some of them glaze him harder than others. But like Lex is always around 220 to 225, which is better than Batman's middle, which is where I think he should be. Like, I don't know, like 190 to 195 is where he should be, but like 220 to 225 on a base level is absolutely insane. Lex Luthor is definitely the highest IQ that I could find out of all the smart people that I thought about using. So yeah, 220 to 225 is kind of insane. It says here that there has never been a numerical IQ for Superman, but he is superhuman intelligence. Obviously, he has the speed. He has the. I think he has a freaking whatever it's called, a never-ending memory. I can't remember what it's called. It's the memory that they can't forget stuff, that type of thing. Yeah, it's pretty insane, and his mind operates faster than a supercomputer, which is also insane. And he has all of the Kryptonian technology in his Fortress of Solitude, which is also insane. So yeah, Superman should be technically like probably the smartest person in DC just because of his insane like master computer brain. He can't forget stuff. He has Kryptonian technology which no one else has. Like there's so many things that should make him the smartest entity on the DC Earth. I looked up Detective Chimp's IQ just because I thought it would be fun, and it says it's estimated to be higher than 98% of the adult human population, which is like, really funny because it's, I mean, if you don't know who Detective Chimp is, it's literally just a chimpanzee detective, and him being smarter than 98% of the adult population, that checks out. Yeah, chimpanzees are definitely smarter than most people I meet. Barry Allen has an IQ of 160, but his brain works super fast and everything. So, I mean, I'd say he's smarter than that, but 160 is a really, really high IQ already. So, yeah, but his how fast he works and everything, but like the Speed Force doesn't really let you allow you to remember the things you learn. I'm pretty sure Wally West is the only one with an actual like he can remember the stuff that he learns. Wait, let me look that up really fast. Okay, it was actually Bart Allen with the permanent knowledge, which if you don't know, the most like every other person that uses the Speed Force, Barry, Wally, uh Jay, I think they all have this right here, which is temporary retention, and it literally just means that they can't thoroughly process and absorb information because they're working too fast, so it kind of just goes away after a little bit. But Bart Allen can remember every single thing that he learns, no matter like how long it's been or anything, so he is like genuinely a super genius. I was gonna end this with Barry Allen's flash, but I want to see what Bart Allen's like. Uh, I'm pretty sure Impulse died whenever he was really young, so I don't. Well, I think he became the actual Flash later, but that was like a retcon thing, like a completely different universe type of thing. It was one of the many, many, many resets that DC has had, I'm pretty sure. But let me go ahead and look up what his IQ would be, because that's insane. The Speed Force, he can read super fast, learn things super fast, and he can retain it. That's insane. Okay, it doesn't. They've never said his IQ in the comics, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that his IQ is probably way lower than Barry and Wally, but his actual intelligence and like the things he knows is probably much much higher than them. He's probably like, I guess the best way to describe how he would be with his power set and everything is a dumb kid that just so happens to know how to do basically everything because he's read it once and remembers it forever. So yeah, I guess he would technically be a super genius, maybe. Yeah, I just wanted to do a video like this because I like DC comics. I like the DC universe, and I love some of these characters. I just put all of the ones that I thought were the smartest. I didn't do Dr. Manhattan because he's omnipotent and knows everything. I didn't do Brainiac because he's a fifth level intellect, and it literally says you cannot, like, there's no way to put that into an IQ thing because the way they describe it is it's literally higher than any human could comprehend. So that's out of the whole thing. I was gonna do Mxyzptlk, but he is a fifth dimensional imp, meaning he's basically a god. Like, there's a whole bunch of people in DC that are smarter than all of like Lex Luthor, Batman, and Mr. Terrific, but they are so much smarter that you can't really put an IQ to them. So, I mean, I guess I could do a list of like the top 5 smartest DC characters like overall. I think that would be fun. I think, oh yeah, that might be fun. I'll probably do that as a short later. But yeah, I just wanted to do this video. I don't know. Who's your favorite Brainiac? Well, not Brainiac because it's a literal character. Who's your favorite geek or nerd in DC Comics? We all know smart people are nerds. But yeah, I don't know. I thought this would be a fun video, and actually, It kind of was. Lex Luthor was way smarter than I thought he would be. I still think Mr. Terrific is probably number one intelligence wise, even though Lex Luthor beat the crap out of Batman and Mr. Terrific whenever it comes to IQ. And the fact that Ted Kord is higher than Mr. Terrific surprises me too. I don't really know what they were doing when they did that, because making him higher than Mr. Terrific's own IQ is a little bit weird, especially since Ted Kord is never really in the conversation whenever it comes to the smartest characters in DC, like even just on Earth. Like a little bit weird, but whatever. I hope you liked the video. Please like and subscribe, and as always, see ya.